Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to talk about basic education. Okay, and here we have to focus on two specific questions. First one is what is basic education? It is for 2 marks, and next one is what are the main features of basic education? It is for 6 marks. Okay, so keep focus with these questions and let's learn. Okay, so here is our first point. Basic education scheme was originated by Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation. Okay. Secondly, Gandhiji went to Wardha in 1935. He established Sevagram Ashram at Sevagram area, just 11 miles far from Wardha. In 1937, Gandhiji wrote a series of articles in the Horizon criticizing the existing system of education in India, giving an outline of famous basic education. The first conference of national education was held at Wardha in Maharashtra in 22 and 23rd October 1937. Mahatma Gandhi announced his scheme of basic education in the said conference. Okay, so you have to focus on it. Okay. Next, basic education is also known as Noitalim or new education or integrated education. So sometimes a question was actually will come into your examination that what is the another name of basic education or what is Noitalim. Okay, and also some questions like in which year Wardha conference has been done. Okay, so these types of question you must give focus. So let's proceed with what is basic education. So basic education is called basic because of it based on Indian culture. It provides the basis for our national life, and it can be received by every Indian child without any difference of caste, creed or color. Okay, so basic education is the education system which is mainly based of Indian color, Indian culture, Indian actually everything. Okay, Indian culture, Indian tradition, Indian lifestyle, Indian thoughts, Indian knowledge and everything. Okay, and in India, every Indian can receive basic education without having any discrimination like caste, creed or color. Okay, so basic education is closely linked with the basic needs of child life that will satisfy by the basic craft. So basic education is related to craft centric education. Okay, so here students can learn how to live a life by making their life by making different types of crafts. Okay, basic education is also known as craft centric education. Basic education is imparted through the basic necessities of life, for example food, shelter and clothing. It comes first, that is the primary period of one's education. It is the education system that correlates with the basic occupations of the Indian society and also linked with the basic arts, that is arts for creative work. So basic education is mainly related to creative work, creative thought, creative thinking. Okay, because it is related to, as we already said, that it is also known as craft centric education. The Wardha scheme of education or basic education takes a great place in the field of elementary education in India. This scheme was first attempt to develop an indigenous scheme of education in British India by Mahatma Gandhi. So during the British rule in India, Mahatma Gandhi attempt to discover or attempt to actually do something or develop an Indian education that is known as basic education. As a nationalist leader, he fully realized that the British system of education could not serve the socio-economic need among the people of the country. As we all know that the British are not actually related to our own life. They are doing their own work. They have done their own perception. They have done their own work. They didn't think about the Indian people. So he had developed a complete philosophy of quality and productive creation for the whole country. He had worked out it after a good deal of experimentation based on this philosophy of truth and non-violence. So Mahatma Gandhi, based on his experimentation by his philosophy, truth and non-violence, he worked after the actually developing their one education system, nationalistic education system that is known as basic education. So what are the main salient features of basic education, students? So you have to focus on this question because it is for 6 months, as I have already mentioned in my focus questions. Okay, so you have to put these things as your note. Okay, so firstly, that is mother tongue. Gandhi said that the medium of instruction to be the mother tongue. For basic education, the child can learn easily in his mother tongue. Thus Gandhi laid stress on the education of the child for in mother tongue. Okay. Nextly, citizenship. Basic education seeks to emphasize the duties and responsibility of child, thereby making them as world citizens. Gandhi wanted the student to acquire so much conscience while at school that they may be able to discharge their duties and utilize properly their rights as the citizen of India. Okay. So the next feature of basic education is the citizenship. So Gandhi focused on making the child a good citizen of the country. Nextly, craft-centered education. I have already told you that Mahatma Gandhi give emphasis on preparing a productive work through basic education. Okay, so Gandhi ji gave emphasis on creative work, productive work by making a craft, some different types of crafts. Okay, so this is also known as craft-centric education. Nextly, self-reliance. The child can be self-reliant through basic education. They will be able to learn by selling their product in or craft in the market. The sales or finished product help them to pay their teachers also. So based on the craft, Gandhiji when told the students that you have to be self-reliant. Okay, and therefore you have to do something and you have to prepare your own craft, and by preparing the craft you have to sell it in the market, and after having that amount by selling the craft you have to pay your fees to the teachers too. Okay, and also you have to depend on your fee by actually selling the product which you have created. Okay, so next, that is child-centered education. So children are the central and the focal point in basic education. It is more important to the development of natural and innate qualities of children. So in basic education, Mahatma Gandhi gave emphasis on child-centered education. Students can learn according to their own choice, according to their own thought, according to their own perspectives. Okay, so next point, it is learning by doing. One of the salient feature of basic education is learning by doing. The children learn better and easily through some work. Meaningful education in theory and practice is given by the method of learning by doing and living. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi gave emphasis on learning by doing. Okay, students can learn anything by doing the things. Okay, so nextly, that is freedom of teachers and students. So in basic education, Mahatma Gandhi gave emphasis on providing freedom to the teachers and students in their work to do their work freely. Okay, nextly, related to life, Gandhiji emphasized on preparation of curriculum including the subjects related to life. The curriculum of basic education is prepared to enable the child to realize the real life. So the basic education is also related to our life, because in reality what we are facing, what we are doing, this all related to our life, and Gandhiji gave emphasis on these things. Nextly, psychological importance. Basic education aims to education both body and mind. As we already know that we all know that the actual definition of education according to Gandhi was development of body, mind and soul. So here Gandhiji by his basic education also give importance on education through body and mind. It also balances the intellectual and practical aspects of education. It relieves the child to monotony and tyranny of purely academic and theoretical instruction. So it means that Gandhiji also gave importance on body as well as physical aspect as well as intellectual aspect, because if you are intellectually good, that means you can create different types or very wonderful crafts. If you are physically strong, then you can give your full focus without making any mistakes in doing those types of creative works. Nextly, non-violence. As we all know that Gandhiji's main focus is non-violence. So non-violence is one of the most important features of education, basic education. Gandhiji was a great believer of non-violence, universal love and brotherhood. He wanted to create a sense of universal love, brotherhood and non-violence among the children. So the main focus of Gandhiji with this basic education, that is actually imposing non-violence among the child. If the child is non-violent, then it will good for him as well as for the nation. Okay, so Gandhiji gave emphasis on non-violence, truth, love, justice, morality, okay, etc., etc. So lastly, totally Indian and moral atmosphere. So what I scheme of basic education seeks to create a totally Indian and moral atmosphere so that the child can proud of our nation heritage and learn more actually more moral values. So thank you students, and it is all about basic education, and if you have any doubt regarding this point you may ask. Okay, so till that, thank you.